We're going to talk about two scenarios here. First, you're considering using edX and you're offering video courses, but you don't know if there is any native video pipeline on the platform. Or the other case is you are using edX and you are one of those customers that been with edX for a couple of years. You know there was already a video pipeline but got deprecated in 2020. So options are limited right now on the platform for a full video pipeline. We are not talking about uploading your videos on YouTube or other video providers. We are looking for a full video pipeline where you can upload transcripts, where you can improve your video protection and privacy. So there is no piracy, no one can download your videos without your permission, etc. So there are a couple of options like Vimeo, VEDA. There are two most famous ones that most of our customers has been using. But for example, Vimeo right now they are facing a couple of issues. One is they got acquired. Second is they are having a big wave of layoff there. We don't know what will be their new plans and how their infrastructure works in future. And VEDA mostly marketing focused and not learning management system focused. So why that is important, because any second, or I can say millisecond, on user experience can impact your users. So if you reduce the amount of time user interact with your content, with your videos, you are going to gain their attention and have better retention of the users. But if there are performance issues, things are going to take a long time. Like for example, if you're going to use Vimeo, you will use iframe or embedding, which that is heavy JavaScript injection in your edX unit. So that adds some latency on user experience. So what we have done was we've done some investigation and found bunny.net, which in the beginning wasn't too familiar for us, for Cubite. But we've done some investigation and found this is really great performance-wise and also cost-wise. It's way cheaper than other options that are in the market, and they provide full video pipeline for you. Give an example. For example, if you want to upload 300 gigs of video, it costs you around $3 to $5, which doesn't compare at all with Vimeo and VEDA that they have expensive plan comparing to bunny.net. And also bunny.net has excellent, for example, based on user internet speeds, they change the encoding of the video, something that called HSL. And that's perfect. For security, you got something called DRM, for example, which is the premium part of the offering in the plan, but you have free options like using, let's go to security, for example, using domains, blocking domains, adding whitelist, blacklist, or adding token authentication, which a video gets into a user session and has a long, it doesn't have a long live. It will be a short-lived link to your video and link to the user session. So it reduces the amount of piracy, downloading your videos without your permission, etc., and make your video secure. And no one can embed your video somewhere else, for example, if you add these domains. So all these two options are free. We have by default in our implementation I'm going to show you, we got the token authentication. So as I mentioned to your edX user, we generate on the fly a link to your video with an encrypted token that's provided here. And that link will be specific for that user and no one else can use that link. And this will be short-lived 6 hours. So we don't cut that video link in a couple of minutes either. So your user can watch the video, have 6 hours access, but that when they visit the content again, that link gets refreshed with a new hashed token. So if I want to show you really quickly how it looks like, we got some documentation on how you can install the XBlock for bunny.net, but I'm going to show you how it looks like in a studio. So feel free to play around with bunny.net. They give you $20 of free credit when you register, create your account. So there's no need to add any credit card, debit card, nothing. So you can play around with it, see how it works, and if this is something you're looking for. So far, the experience for us was great, performance-wise, feature-wise. There's no need to go look for other options, to be honest. So let's go to our studio. In OpenEdX Studio, I'm going to refresh the page. I created already a section called Bunny Video. Let's create a new subsection. We can leave that as is. Let's go to a new unit. And if I want to show you really quickly in advanced settings, we got Bunny underscore video in advanced module list to be able to use Bunny video XBlock. So in the advanced section, we got Bunny video. I click here. Now I see a really quick UI to be able to, so this is something else that comparing to other existing solution. So on other platforms, you have to go to Vimeo dashboard. You have to go to Vistia dashboard, upload your video there, grab the link to the video, copy, pasting that, coming back to the studio, paste that here. So that makes the whole experience terrible for the course author. Too many clicks, too many going back and forth here and there. But here, you can drop a file here, or you can click on choose a video, click here, and the uploading works. So the file really quickly got uploaded, and now Bunny is encoding your video. This will take around 1 minute or so. So until this gets encoded, I'm going to show you something else now. In the Django admin, let's go to the root of my Django admin. I look for Bunny. So if you look for that, if you installed the XBlock, you see bunny.net stream XBlock and click here. And what you see is a couple of fields. You need to do that first here before going to a studio. So when you go to Bunny from scratch, you see a stream. You need to create a new video library. I already did that. And if you go to the API section, you see video library ID, you see host name, API key. If you want to have only read-only access, give read-only access, you can do that here, but we don't need that because we are going to upload, create a file, and also we have a feature to delete the files as well. And webhook URL. I didn't do that right now, but let's actually do that. So when a file gets uploaded, deleted, etc., bunny.net ping your OpenEdX platform as well about all the events is happening. So where you grab all this stuff, library ID is video library ID in the APIs. API key is the first option in API key. Security key is for piracy protection, what we talked about. So you go to security, you enable embed view token authentication and copy this API key from here. So this will be the security key here. CDN hostname. So if you go back to API, you got CDN hostname here. So you copy and paste that here, and we generate automatically this webhook URL for you. So you copy that and go back to webhook URL in the API section, drop that here, save. And whenever your video gets uploaded, you get a link, trigger back to OpenEdX to notify you your video uploaded or there was some issues, etc. So my video got uploaded. By default, it's using the file name. I want to leave that as is. And as you see, there are different qualities. Right now, it's still encoding, but my video is 1080, so it should be good quality. By default, generates a thumbnail for you. You can replace that with your preferred file. You can add subtitles. You can generate chapters. So you can use AI to chapter, like what YouTube or other platform has, that this player gets segmented and has some description of each segment. Or you can go to Bunny directly. So if I go to the stream, my video, as you see, my video got uploaded. So if I go here, You have a section called chapters, and you can use generate video with chapters automatically from Bunny. They use AI to do that. So, oops, English, cool. So it automatically generates chapters for you as well. So let's see how it looks like for the user. So I publish this, go back to the live unit, and the player is here. I can play, change the speed. Like this is a native player for Bunny, so the look and feel, even your student analytics, retentions of the video watching, etc. All this information goes back to Bunny dashboard, and we bring that to your OpenEdX as well. So this was a really quick recap of how bunny.net video streaming works on OpenEdX, and you can go through our blogs and see why this is way better than Vimeo and Vistio and other options that exist right now for OpenEdX clients.